born sinner, spiritually now a winner. For 27 years went through the hazy shade of winter. The sun always shine through my divine mind, and I'm one of the greatest poets of all time.
When I run, when the drums go from numb to fluid, my words are explosive and they can just do it. Get Nike, Mikey, and Nike, cause this positive MC can change your whole psyche. Sure ain't no might be.
Lyrically, I'll fight thee or spite thee, cause all of my rhymes are blessed by the Almighty.
Yo, this Coco Creamy collection. Perfection.
It's the only way to try to travel. So listen to my rugged road as it unravels. Gun barrels, drugstores, quality to the fake friends. Trust me, never stop the East ministry, cause I know the end. For now,
I want you to enjoy my song.
cause when revelations comes, my physical is gone. And that's 2 chapters before the final is restored. And that's 2 chapters before the final is restored.
What's up, everybody? What is going on? It's your boy, Eric Taylor. I made it. Episode 100, Knowledge is Love. And I'm spreading and sharing the love as we celebrate tonight with an amazing guest. Miss Jovanka Magana, Psychic Medium Jobi, is joining us tonight for episode 100. And I am so excited. And I'm going to bring her in now. There she is.
Hey.
How are you, Miss Psychic Medium
Good. I'm
Jobi?
excited to be.
Good 7.
I'm so finally make it here. And
All right.
yeah,
Oh, well,
it's like
listen, I
exciting.
know we've been talking about it for a minute, but you know what? It was divine timing. You came for episode 100. You
Can
can't
you
beat
believe
it.
it?
You can't make
Yeah.
this up, right?
100. That's a good number.
That is a
And
good number.
mhm.
That is definitely a good number. And how are you today? Or this evening, I should say.
A lot of things are happening, or like sometimes days, but as long as you're, spirit, I think that
Check
you
your
can.
audio. You're kind of going in and out a little bit.
Can you?
I can hear you, but it's breaking up a little.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
that's better.
Yeah. Oh, great. It's just a lot of people are today is Friday. A lot of people are mobilizing and doing things now with this election and this other stuff. I'm good though. Dogs barking in the background. Just disregard that with the
Oh, that's not a problem. But check the audio because it's still chopping up a little. It's still chopping up. Is she chopping up for you guys? Hey, Evelyn, and I see a couple different people here. We'll let Jobi say hi to everybody. But yeah, I just want to make sure because I want the audience to hear you good. It's going in and out.
Wear this, son.
No, yeah, you're chopping up. Okay. So Jovanka is going to log back in. Hope you guys are doing really well. And I'm excited. I'll be back Monday night to do my Gemini full moon video on the 5th. And the Gemini full moon is on the 7th of December. And I hope you guys are coming tomorrow, 12 p.m. noon Eastern. It's going to be interesting. All right. Let's see. Talking about Saturn in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius for 2023. All right. How are we sounding now? No. Okay. All right. Some technical difficulties, but that's all right. We're going to make it work. So, this Aries moon, you guys, came in late last night. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. Hey, can you guys please go follow my Instagram if you don't already? I'm trying to get over 800. I'm going to tell you, I'm not great at Instagram. And it's tailored to your astrology at Instagram. And it's like, okay, let's see if Jovanka's ready. But please go subscribe to your boy's Instagram. Oh, okay. All right. Now she's back. All right. How you
I
doing
can hear
now?
you guys, but I don't know what's going on.
No, I think you
It's
sound good now.
weird.
No,
Can you?
it's a little chop.
And why is
Mm, okay. We're gonna figure it out. So yeah, you guys let me know how you're doing. Tomorrow Neptune stations direct as we'll be having our meeting. How do you sound now? Uh, so that should be fascinating. Um, with Neptune stationing direct on December 3rd, getting ready for this Gemini full moon, which is actually going to be some interesting energy. Let's see.
can you hear me now? Can you see me? Oh gosh.
I can see you, and I think we can hear you good. Oh, I don't know what she did. So, yeah, so tomorrow you guys are coming. I'm excited. If you are not signed up, just email me. I did send out the Zoom link to a bunch of people. Let's see if Jovanka's here. Are we good? Hello, are you good? We can't hear you. Got to fix your audio. So we're gonna try to get everything worked out with Miss Jovanka. She's having some technical issues, but this happens. It's live, technology. So talk to me, you guys. Are you how's Sagittarius season coming along? You know, this energy is as you see, Venus and Mercury are flying by. Um, Early in December, we're going to have Mercury enter Capricorn, I think the first week. It's the day before or the day after the Gemini full moon. And then the 9th or 10th, I believe, Capricorn Venus will enter Capricorn, which is, an interesting energy, right? Because it's exalted in Cancer, and I'm going to do a show on Venus and Capricorn, and just so you guys know, I'm scheduling with Miss Anjani Seagrass not to have her here on my channel, but you guys will have to watch us on her channel. She invited me on her channel, so I'm going to be on Awaken the Dream School, probably talking about Saturn and Capricorn season, maybe. We haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know in community and give you some updates. But I think that that's going to be probably second week of December. We'll see. I've been, oh my God, I'm so busy with charts. Okay, let's see if do we have you now? Hmm, I don't know. Sorry, you guys. Well, think what we'll do. is let her try to get her technology together. And I'm going to get my special assistant to come. And we're going to rock and roll for a little bit until she gets her stuff. Hey, William, come on down. I need you quickly.
Yeah.
All right, just read some comments so I can talk to the people. She's having technical issues and stuff.
Okay.
And we'll try to get her together. But just tell me what everybody's up to. So we'll just have the truth come. And
okay, one second.
and also this Aries moon this weekend. All right, go ahead. Read the comments.
How many did we get?
We haven't talked to anybody yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to see if I can get her in, but her audio has been off.
Oh no, she's not even there right now. Here.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Here.
Just read the comments.
Okay, one second. Steven, the Jupiterian, said hello.
What's up, Stevie?
Irene Max said what up, and then Evelyn said hi. Irene said hey Jupiterian, hey Evelyn. Steven said hi Irene.
Irene, are you coming tomorrow? I hope you come for the free webinar.
And then Evelyn said hi Steven, hi Irene, or hi Steven.
Okay,
Irene.
go ahead and somebody else. It's Matt Gaming or Danny.
Waterminx is
hey, Waterminx. I think I sent you the invite. Are you coming to the free webinar tomorrow? I hope you can.
Irene said, Evelyn, I can't help but to laugh when I think about you in Pentecostal church if they started the tongues.
I know, that was great, right? With Laura. And hopefully we can get Jobi one soon. But talk to me, guys, about this Aries moon.
Okay, one second.
How is your internet? Try to come back in if you can.
Then Audra is here too.
Hey, Audra!
And said,
what's up, lady?
We see the co-pilot too now.
Yeah, the truth is here. And hopefully we're going to listen. You know, technology.
Said, I love Aries moon.
You do like Aries moon. Okay.
And then
a little assertive and impulsive. Remember, I talked about it. We did
I'm here, but you can't see me.
Okay. Well, we need to see her.
Maybe try rejoining.
Well, she's got to.
Here.
Oh, what are you doing? Hold on, let's see. We do want your video. We want to see you. Can we hear you? Jovanka? No. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe she can hear us. Just try rejoining.
Okay.
And,
tell her to rejoin in there. So yeah, the Aries moon. Okay. So look. So right now, I didn't check the ascendant for the show. It might be Gemini or Cancer, but this Aries moon making a trine, right, from the sun, and then we'll hit probably early in the morning, trining Mercury and Venus. So just understand that this is a really good time to be creative this weekend, to initiate and spark creativity, writing, even autumn cleaning, right? Before winter and the holidays, bringing out the Christmas tree, you know, get ready for Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. You know, we're actually donating some electronics tomorrow that we're no longer using, things like that. So the moon, no, we still don't see.
Well, try turning on her. She has to try turning on her camera. Maybe her camera just has it on.
Yeah, just tell. You know, so I think that's a good time, you know, to get ready for the holidays. And remember, okay, all this stuff shifting out of Sag will go to Cap soon. It's a quick run through Sag. But then, you know, this Gemini, I'm not going to get into the Gemini full moon. We'll do that on Monday night, okay? or maybe Tuesday night. Sorry, I should have said Monday night. But unless I come on early, we'll see. I might come on 7 Eastern, 7 to like 8:15. You guys be cool with that Monday night? You know, before Monday Night Football.
This one, the bottom.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I think our guest is ready.
Wow.
How are you?
I'm so
There you
sorry
go.
about this. Sorry, but I'm glad to be here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just the
Oh
audio
my
gets
God.
choppy.
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
what's going on with the
I took them
audio.
off. You know, Spirit has been really struggling with me today. I didn't want to say it was a good day, but this is the kind of day I've had all day. I don't know
Well,
what it is, but
that's okay. You know, we're gonna try to do the best. So let me start off with this. Take us through, for you, the first time that you kind of knew that you had some sort of psychic or intuitive gifts. Like what, or was there a time that you noticed it? How did that play out for you growing up as a young girl?
it's something that I really know what it was. It was something that I thought it was journal, my thoughts, my own feelings about life in general was a communication, a way of spirit. You know what I mean? You feel like it's an inner dialogue with your own mind, but at the same time, it is a different kind of dialogue. It is a dialogue. That's something that revealed itself until much later, as in like um, you know, early teens, lately realized I had this ability as a kid, but didn't know it was just my own thoughts, but didn't realize it probably until I was maybe 19 years old, 18, around there. Something else that's more serious when things started
Okay.
happening.
Well, so tell the audience what was it? Like what did you were you hearing voices, seeing spirits or angels or ghosts or like what started to
Well,
happen that made you
is that when I was a kid, I had a really weird do this, Eric, but um I grew up in El Salvador. I was born here. When I came into consciousness as a kid, you know how you remember things, how you remember that? As a kid, I remember seeing bright and all of a sudden waking up in front of my grandmother and what I was doing in this country, in a different country. I knew it was without my parents. I already knew that this was a temporary state. I know that as a 3-year-old, you know what I mean? And I started developing like that intuition, because even though I Spanish, I just sense things from my grandmother or my grandfather, or that's when I started really being really in tune with spirit, because as a kid and you just don't know, and you're starting to dream. Like I never saw I don't ever remember when my parents were supposed to come. I had a dream and I saw them, how they looked like my dream. And that's when I realized, wow, this is something that I can't tell her. She's not gonna believe me. That's when it started. Like 2-3 years old. Just weird things, like you hear voices, or a situation that about a certain person, and it, like, I as a kid, right? And it's almost like, even though on earth, I just felt like that wasn't them. You know what I mean? As a kid, I just something peculiar. Not that they were flamboyant, but they were keeping secrets from the family. or
Okay.
if somebody was having an affair, I would know, or somebody's money got stolen, I would know who did it, things like
Oh, okay.
that. And
Right. No, that makes total sense. Let me just kind of explain because you're still a little choppy. So for you guys, so Joby was born right down in DC, Maryland area. And at a very young age, she left her parents and went to El Salvador and was raised by her grandparents, right? And that's when she was having these dreams and starting to notice different things. So that's really powerful. So I'm going to just give them a couple of your placements that kind of really kind of indicate some of the things. And then I kind of want to get into that, what you key word that you said around 19 years old. Um, so Joby is a Cancer rising with the Scorpio sun and Neptune in the fifth house. Okay. And then that Pisces moon and part of fortune in the ninth house, which is really deep. So she's got kind of like that grand water trine when you include it with the ascendant. But you guys know the fifth house can also show past life gifts and karmas and different things. And it's also studying like old history or ancient history. And I think that Neptune there, Neptune can be really powerful in the fifth house, especially with the sun and Scorpio, and that really kind of shows in a sense. I think for Jovi, and I don't know, let me know if you intuitively have felt this, that this is kind of something that was a gift or maybe something that you did even in a past life. Is that how you kind of feel?
yes, because I've seen a past life.
Okay.
I've seen a lives. Yes. But it was mostly out of fear. It was based upon uh, fear of what was going to me in the past life. I felt like I was being punished, or like somebody that had to use me to escape certain problems that I had.
Right. And we know fear is associated with the Scorpio energy, trauma, pain, fear and stuff like that. So that's really fascinating. I don't know if you want to read some of the comments or take any questions, if anybody has any specific questions about Joby. But the fifth house is also high school and college. So when you said 19, explain what you kind of experienced and happened around that time and the high school, college years. What was going on around 19 for you?
A lot of changes in my life because my parents read for them, because my dad was very much a believer of what I knew, that things that I would say would come out true. So my first experience was actually, and I do palm reading, and I felt like it's going to happen to him, like his life was not going to, I don't know, I hate that something bad was going to happen to him. And I told him, be careful, don't get drunk, do this, behave. And he ended up getting killed, and that freaked me out.
Getting killed in what? Say it again.
In a car.
Oh, in a car accident. Okay, yeah, it's going in and out pretty bad. So who was this? A cousin or a friend?
This was a classmate.
Oh, wow.
Classmate.
Okay. That's really deep.
Also,
Okay.
I told my parents they were going to get divorced. I told my dad, she never dreamed of getting divorced from my dad, ever, ever, ever. Neither. They were having marriage problems, but it ended up them getting divorced. And I also knew that he was, and I knew these things, and my mom was just really upset about those things, because she didn't want to believe those things. I also knew that we were going to come back to the United States. The fact that I wasn't going to come back to El Salvador after that was the last. I saw the moon, and it's like the moon spoke to me at the beach, back to El Salvador. You're never coming back. Until many, 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 I didn't believe it. But it's been over 30 years that I haven't been in El Salvador. I remember getting that message clearly.
When you were in El Salvador, you said at the beach, you got this
Mhm.
message, but what age was that?
That was 19. It was
Oh,
around
okay.
19. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
The
So let me
strong.
ask you this. Do you feel that these gifts were from mom or dad or more so from a grandparent?
For sure. My great grandmother, she has a lot. And before she died, it felt like she told me gifts in spirit as a little girl. She would stare at me and look at me like she knew something, and I
Right,
didn't
right,
know what
right.
it was. We shared a secret, you know. So I knew it was
Hold
her.
on one second. Keep going. Yeah.
Let me see if there's any comments. If anybody wants to
Yeah, no,
say
go ahead.
anything.
I just had to close the
Well,
door.
the fear factor, it's real. Thing that I had to go through because of seeing people that maybe may not like you, or you dealing with maybe things. Those are things that are difficult to deal with, and that's one thing that I had to accept. You could be very deceitful and very this own parents. It could be your siblings. It could be your uncles. It could be your own grandparents. Sometimes when you tune into spirit, you're not going to be like looking into and great. You're going to see everything, and you have to realize that they're human people, and you have to move on. You know what I mean?
No,
So,
definitely, definitely. And I think what's interesting, because when you talked about the grandma and your great grandma, that sudden move to El Salvador, right? And we can see that in your chart because
mhm.
Joby has Uranus and Mercury in the fourth house in Libra. So that kind of indicates like being raised and having comfort and convenience from a grandparent, you know what I mean, through your ancestors and stuff like that. But I think also that really speaks to, and you do most of your psychic readings, well, tell everybody, but because I think that that's also a connection to like literally doing the psychic readings in the home through technology, the Uranus, Mercury, Libra, fourth house. So that's like a perfect description of what you do. So explain to people like how you do readings or how you work with clients from home.
I started out at a psychic witch store,
Oh, okay.
and I actually was embarrassed to say I was a psychic or a medium or anything, because I was with the stereotypes of, you know, scam artists or whatever, because I'm very early age, and it's not like today when I started reading. Back, remember Madame Cleo, she got
Yeah.
ridiculed, so that like really trying to, and I didn't like the stereotype of the jokes, so I really try to do it like with just under the table, like neighbors or things like that. But then spirit kept on pushing me that it's a gift that you have to use, otherwise spirit will push you to do it sometimes, and pushed to doing this job. It's not something I wanted to do. It was something that it's time to do, you know and so there would be instances that people needed help.
Something like you had to do, right?
I had to help people,
Yeah.
and in fact, to work at the psychic hotlines, I work as a psychic also on the hotline. The friend actually wrote my resume and got me even knowing because she liked my reading so much. She's like, Jobi, you got the gift. You need to you need to be doing this. And I'm like, oh my God, you faked my stuff and you put me in, and I had the interview and everything, and I aced it, and I was in. I literally got pushed by my own friend, like,
Wow.
because yeah, like this, you know what I mean? And so I went to the psychic store because it would be the most appropriate way to approach this kind of work. And I was like, okay. And when I realized that this is real shit, because I have, and I don't know their name, their father's name, or how this person died, or why they're here. And this girl came in. She didn't tell me anything, and I said, "Your deceased loved one comes through. Your grandmother is here, but also it's like your father, and I don't know why, but I feel like there's something." Name is Carlos, and she just started bawling and bawling, and she showed me her tattoo. Said Carlos, and it was her dad's name afterwards, and I didn't
Showed you her
realize I had
tattoo?
it. It was, yeah,
Is that what you said? She showed you her tattoo? Okay.
yeah,
No, because it was
later.
going in and out. Yeah. Okay. So honey, let
Well,
me point out a couple things. Like two placements that connect to that, like that story with the friend is really awesome. Um, so are you okay with me talking about your third house? Is that okay?
it's no secret.
So yeah, yeah. Well, no, I always like to ask. So yeah, Jobi has Pluto, Mars, and Jupiter in the third house in Virgo. And so the friend, third house, kind of initiated that for her to share her like wisdom and kind of like beliefs of the psychic mediumship. And so that was that Mars energy, and I think that that's kind of fascinating. And remember, I taught you guys in Coffee Talk, I think last month, about Mars and Jupiter. And Mars, 6 houses from it, is where you kind of like have to perform, like
Take action.
take action, but kind of like a duty, right? The Aries house is your
Mm-hmm.
10th house. So that is where you're going to put most of your energy. But that sixth house
Mm-hmm.
is away from the third house is ta-da, Jobi's 8th house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 8th house of Aquarius. And she's got the Pisces 9th house. So that's where she's actually doing this occult, esoteric work. So that Mars is pointing to that. So that's really deep. And it's really, when you think about it, with that Aquarius, and it's the psychology, it's sudden events, but it's the thin veil between death and rebirth. So do you see people's siblings that have passed on? I mean, siblings, family members that have passed on?
Absolutely. Or I see them, or I just know them. Like, I just know things about them. Like, smell, like, in a sense, like, if they smoked, or if they like to cook foods, or if they liked a certain kind of flour, things like that. It depends on the spirit because not everyone's the same. So they
Right.
use symbols of things, and that's how you talk to them, how they talk to me. I'm not begging them to talk to me. I'm like here open and say, okay, spirit guide, do my work. I'm your messenger. I'm your servant who kind of show me or tell me what I need to say to this person. That's important.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll tell me information that I'm not aware of. And I'm like, why does this person show me like they just dyed your hair, or they dyed your, and that person said, oh my God, my best friend green before she passed,
You said
and
hair was
actually,
green? Hair was green
I
before
would
she died.
see, yeah, like I would see things like events that they shared live that caused a lot of good memories or even bad memories. Sometimes there wasn't any closure, like things that needed to be talked about. Last night I had that actually on my call. Um, the, that he forgive his wife or his partner, that they had a very good relationship, and that he says he forgave her, and I didn't understand why. And I said, listen, you don't have a conventional relationship. It's almost together. It's almost like you guys live separately. I don't know. He had his. It doesn't feel like you were married, but yet you guys were together. Yes. We separated. We couldn't live together in the same houses, but yet we were in a relationship, and I never really showed affection that I really wanted to show him all through the years that we were together. We were like lovers, but I never told him how I really felt about him. I
Oh,
never
wow.
was with him, and that I can never forgive myself for not doing that while he was. And I said, he forgave you. He wants to tell you. How would I know that? I mean, really. So
Yeah.
stuff like that comes through. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, I think you want to read some of the questions. I think we have a couple of questions and comments for you.
Irene, they call boo spirits. I don't know what that means. LMAO. It's true that Irene, let's see. Irene's popular. Oh, hi from Manchester after swimming with dolphins. Like I am off and on, but when I drink, I'm connecting about drinking liquor and getting psychic. Well, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, don't drink. And
You,
drinking, actually, you guys, new studies are showing that any amount of alcohol is damaging to the brain and
yeah.
actually shrinks the brain. And that's not good for any type of spiritual stuff either. Yeah.
Okay, so it says, hey, Stephen and Hush. Hello at Rose. Let's see. What degree is your moon, Jobi? Do you know? Oh, maybe you know, Eric.
I don't remember exactly. Her degree is,
I know my
I
moon's
think the part of
in
fortune is at
Pisces.
13. It might be at like somewhere between 9 and 11 degrees. I think it might have been the second deacon. So it might be the Pisces Cancer deacon, if I remember correctly. But it's very, what were you going to say?
I said yes. I think I did that when we went over my chart together.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember?
One thing I know about Joby, that grand water trine, that energy, um, when you have your sun and moon and ascendant and water signs, you guys, it's this easy flow of energy, right? Think about America, right? The birth, the election day, and inauguration, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The grand water trine is super empathic, super psychic and intuitive, but very, like what Joby was describing earlier, very sensitive to energies. So like, just
Exactly.
like, I would say for Joby, but anybody that has those type of placements, um, when she returns home from being out during the day, she really needs like a detox and like an energy bath, change her clothes, wash her hands, because the Pisces moon, it just absorbs everything when it's outside. And then even in the ninth house, that can happen for her when she's on vacation or traveling, all types of things. Have you
It's about
experienced
the
that type
people.
of? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say for example, you're around people day long, and a lot of people get drained with kids. It's because they have this energy that's, and you're like always on that mode, and and when you're around children, you need to have, they will take over your energy. and a really good way of really taking some time and just thinking that you're completely, um, you know, taking some time to kind of deconnect a bit, even if it's like 10 minutes while you're with these kids. Because I remember teaching, and when I was younger, and I was so tired afterwards. It's just like it's I didn't understand why, or there's certain people that you come back, they did, like they had a headache, and then all of a sudden you have a headache, and you don't understand why. Yeah,
Right.
that is something some people get. You need to kind of close whatever energy field that you have. I like to chant. I like to burn incense. I, like you said, do everything around myself and come back to my own spirit. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
children can be
And
training.
a couple things. So let me just remind myself. And you are a practicing Buddhist, correct?
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I'm part of
Okay.
the SGI. Yeah,
Okay. So now
yes,
you
because
also have.
had
Go ahead.
I want to say that as a child, I'm actually Black Latina. So just letting you guys know that so shout out to everyone out there that's Latinx. As a kid, I knew it. I knew it. You know what I mean? I knew I had understand why my mom wouldn't tell me. You know what I mean? As a 5-year-old, because I used to sit and be dancing all the time as a 5-year-old. Okay, and my first week also as a kid was watching Tina Turner dance in front of Soul Train. And Proud Mary, I felt like she was getting beat. Like she would, and I was like, I would tell my mom, I was like, Mom, why does she feel like she's crying? Like, and back in the day, they wouldn't say what was going on with Tina, right? But Tina
Yeah.
get
And then
beat
everyone
by
found
her
out
husband.
about Ike Turner, right? You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and as a kid, I already knew she was getting like, there's something wrong with
Oh, that's
Tina.
really deep. So
You know what I mean?
you picked that up just through the television.
Because I would be standing right in front of it, and when I in spirit, I had a vision of her crying and yelling, and like something was, and like she was getting beat up, and I was like, I got really freaked out as a kid by that, and I didn't know
Well,
what
I
was
could
wrong.
imagine. Yeah, no, that's pretty intense.
And so in the 80s, when she came out with when she did those movies like what do you call it, Mad Max and all that, and she
Yeah.
album that went also
What's love got to do with
I
it?
forgot what's love.
What's love got to
Yeah,
do?
I saw
Got to
this
do.
energy, this halo, this golden energy. Something. This ain't the same Tina I saw as a 5-year-old. What did she do? It's like she did something. I know she did something. I don't know, but it just felt like God or the spirit. And then later I found out that she is a devotee to the SGI. She chants, and that was another reason why I really got into this. Like I felt that it worked for her. I knew this
Mm.
was real. You know what I mean?
No,
She
that's really powerful.
was telling the truth about this, that it worked for her, and I was, you know.
No,
So
I think
yeah,
that's beautiful. And you know what I was thinking that's kind of interesting? Saturn, 6 places from Saturn, you have Saturn and Aries in a 10th house, and 6 places from that would be the third house. And that's where you are really to perform a service, right? So Saturn, so I think about that in terms of your communications, what you said earlier, when you were talking about that you felt like it was like this service, in your local community and through your communications. And so that's really deep because, that connects from the Saturn 10th to the third house. And I just want to point that out. But, I think it's really powerful. And, and you guys in the description down below, and make sure you guys like it. And you can reach Jovanka. You can reach Jobi down in her Facebook page. So that link is in there. And then also her psychic website, Psychic Medium Jobi website. Okay. So maybe you want to take any questions, or if you wanted to do like a, I don't know, like a little reading for somebody or anything, you want to like do some more questions for people?
I did have a dream. Somebody, it says here, let's see, Mary off Jobi, but it's fine, Jody.
Hey, Mary.
Every time I had a dream of someone passes in with my grandpa, and 5 months later, my uncle. Is that part of a psychic ability too? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if it's not, it's definitely triggering your subconscious to kind of be aware of your daily routine, or trying to give you some kind of warning, or just to things that you don't really think of anything. I noticed that when I know I'm going to have a day that I need to be aware of, I noticed that, let's say, or the certain kinds of in a car, like somebody cuts in front of you, or things are starting kind of like, okay, it's going to be that kind of sure to take it slow and not get upset that day. You have to make sure you precedents that could occur, and that actually has happened. That I prevented a big car, because somebody just cut in front of me, and I'm like, oh Lord. And dreams. This I did have a dream, and I don't know what it means. It could mean something. Don't know what it really means, but sometimes you can dream with or a past life. I did have a dream. They gave me and it gave me a number, and I don't know if that means anything to Eric, but it was 126, and it was in French. It felt like somebody was saying a French word, but I could hear it said 126 Eleanor. I don't know if it was
126
road
Eleanor.
Yeah. And I found that there was a street that it was some kind of French background to this place, and it was in Mississippi. If there's anyone here that's got or loved ones in Mississippi, but it's to understand why I had a dream like that. Usually, it relates to either something that's going to happen, that's trying to connect with someone that maybe I will meet. But the name Eleanor.
Well, it's so funny. I don't know if it connects to me, but my aunt Eleanor had passed away a couple of years ago. Wait, let me finish. My aunt Eleanor passed away a couple of years ago, and my cousin, her daughter, is currently sick in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I don't know if, because I don't know any connection to Mississippi, but yeah, that's,
I don't know if it just felt like it was Eleanor, and I'm like, what does the 126? What are they trying to, And then when you add it up, it's a number 9, and I was like, spiritual. It's definitely a connection. Someone that needs to speak or needs to. I felt it, So we could do that. We could. I definitely feel like some people have questions if Who's Alabama? Oh, somebody said Alabama for me. Yes, hashtag some water. So yeah, so I don't know, Eric. It could have been a message for you then, if it's Eleanor.
Well, yeah, I mean, I only thought about that because that was one of my favorite aunts who passed away a couple of years ago, and then now, like I said, her oldest daughter, my cousin, is in the hospital.
Are you
So
worried about that? Maybe it's a.
I think she's going to be okay. I just, I've been praying for her a lot, and my family's been praying for her and stuff. So, you know, I kind of have faith that she's going to be okay. So, but she's just been going through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and so that is interesting. But I don't have any connection that I'm aware of to Mississippi at all, and neither do they.
Wait a
They're
minute,
native.
Alabama, Mississippi, or somebody said something about Alabama, but it's interesting because like, it's an ancestor as well. It's like sometimes when you have dreams, it could be different kinds of meanings, and it feels like someone has an ancestor that comes from, I don't know, but there's someone here that has connections from any of your ancestors, Eric, where they came from.
Mississippi? No, I don't have anybody from Mississippi that I'm aware of, but maybe
I'm
somebody
talking
here does.
talking like generations, like 100 to 100
Yeah,
years
no, I
ago.
mean, my
Or,
family, it's more Georgia, Tampa, Florida, and South Carolina, and then the
oh,
Bahamas. Yeah.
Movement Labs says she has family in Mississippi. Okay. Okay. So
Oh, hey,
I feel
Addie.
so yeah. So definitely for somebody in that has family in Mississippi, and it's a lot of I don't know, it just feels like there's a goal or needs to be done there. I don't know if it's um, um, reuniting a community or helping the people down there, but it almost feels like there's a very strong spiritual in a way that it's more like a religious kind of feeling. Was your family really religious? Um, the woman with what's her name?
Central Movement Lab. Addie.
Dad is from Mississippi. Were they religious, Addie? Were they like they're trying to connect or give you an information here of who connecting with them as well? Um, let's see. But anyway,
That's interesting. Yeah.
like
You never, and this is what I find fascinating, because I still remember the first time that we spoke. If you remember, you were down and you said you were in Georgetown or DC, and you happened to walk and see Taylor Street.
yeah, that's a sign. That was such
Yeah, and I
a
was just
sign.
like, wow, that was like kind of crazy. And I was just like, that's deep, And I remember being in, I went to the University of Maryland, so I was in DC all the time, and I don't ever know if I came across Taylor Street,
Oh my
So I
God.
thought that was kind of fascinating when you shared that with me.
Guess
But
what?
these things happen,
Addie
you know.
said they had a church on the family property. Yeah. Addie, Central Movement on the family property. Definitely. Because that's the feeling I'm getting. This land or this family, or wherever they it felt like they were very community oriented or very church, feels like a sense of togetherness or trying to create a connection of religion of some sort. I don't know exactly what religion, but it definitely feels they were really into going to church. Definitely
Wow,
feel
that's deep.
like, Addie, are you trying to have a child? Are you having some issues, children or female issues? Because it's definitely here. I don't having problems with children, or maybe you have a grandchild. It's definitely something about kids. I don't know, maybe, or like we like trying to help a child or conceive a child.
I think
How
Addie
many?
is a mother, but I don't know if she's trying to have any more kids or not. But I couldn't answer that for Addie.
Or maybe she's a grandmother that's children, maybe, or I don't know. I'm so excited. I just found I've been missing pictures. Now I can get them printed.
Who is that? What they
Oh,
say?
she said, trying to conceive. My husband and children's father just died on the 18th. And children's father just died. Okay, that's
Oh,
the
I'm so
connection.
sorry.
Connection. They're trying to bring up the children as a connection to the person. See what I mean? This is how spirit talks. We don't have, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
focused to bring you this information, so you can say, there's a connection that is the father of these children. Okay.
Wow. That's
Why
really
do I
deep.
get a name, y'all? Darnell, or letter D. D. Does anybody know somebody with the letter D that may sound David or Darnell? It could rhyme. I don't know. I'm not perfect with names, but
That's all
definitely.
right. I
But
think that's
sometimes
pretty
I'm on
fascinating.
the. I'm sometimes on the dot. It's a little bit, you know. Um, that's old
So,
knowledge. I'm reading. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. With the loss of the father of
yeah,
your
so
kid,
sorry, Addie.
I'm feeling like that this person is trying to reach out to you and telling you. Do you know what I mean? To let you know that this person is definitely in the spirit world, watching over you, watching over these kids. Saying on you watching over the kids, or looking out for them, or creating a better future to these
Wow.
kids. You know.
Creating a better
Um,
life or future for the kids. That's deep. Wow.
yes, that's what they're trying to connect with you in the future with these children. They want
So
you
real
to.
quick, Joby, share with the audience that because we were talking about this, and I think it's kind of fascinating. Before we wind things up, that sometimes you hear communications from animals,
Yes, absolutely. It's a
and with
feeling.
Mars rules dogs, and Mars being in retrograde in Gemini. I think you were telling me something about the dogs lately. What's been going on?
I don't know, but to tell me what's up real quick. I don't know because I've been around them, but a year and a half ago, I have a dog sitting business. And most psychic people um, have connection with animals. They're sure, like you're connected with trees, plants, dogs, whatever animal. It's an energy field that we're attracted to, and animals are. So I have a lot of love. I don't know if it's the Pisces in me and the moon. My love for animals started as a kid, because my mom
Or that
would be
Venus
really scared.
Sagittarius in the sixth house, the pets.
Yeah. So as a kid, a 2-year-old, I was picking up a cat, trying to bring a dog home, as a kid. So it's something that I've all I know is that if you really pet and just really let them just, I don't know, just how can I say, just not even think about what you think they're saying. Whatever comes through, it's almost like a weird astral travel in English, but it's almost like you detach yourself from your own mindset of what your animals say. And just really pay attention how they feel, you know? And they energy through their eyes. They'll look at you when they're upset or them, or you know, the eyes this at me like, I want to be with you, you know? And I'm like, you can't be with me. It's impossible. There's no way, you know? And thinking that this dog was going to be mine, but I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm going to be her new owner. I don't know why, but she's telling me that her down. I cannot let her down. I have to take her if she girl.
Oh, wait, because you're breaking up. The dog told you that you can't let her down?
Like, she wanted me to be there for her, me never to leave her, or
Oh, wow.
and I felt that, and it would just drop her off at her house. She would look at me and felt like she wanted to. This is so weird, you know. Usually, dogs with their owners don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt like she was happy, but at the same, she was telling me like I'm her owner, you know. And I'm like, no. And like her owner would come and, you know, would love her and kiss her. She would help me. She would pay me for taking care of her dog for a year and a half. And then I find out at the last minute when I told her, I said, don't letting me know at least 2 months before. Because I told her, I felt her. I said, you're as soon as possible, because I need to know. And if there's anything wrong with everything okay with Daisy. And she
The
said,
dog's name is Daisy?
yeah. And it's like, I was like, is everything okay with Daisy? She's like, no, everything's fine. We traveled together and she's fine, blah, blah, blah. And then I felt like Daisy missed me. Like I would just be, or I'd have like I would feel like I needed to cry for Daisy. It's crazy, or am I being crazy or what? And then I told my mom, I said, Mom, I see, but I feel like Daisy and I are soulmates, or something is going on between. And so right before my birthday, he says, you know what, Jobi, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I gotta look for a home for Daisy. I was like, what? I thought you loved Daisy. I thought there was no problem. Friend and her don't get along. They've had a lot of problems.
Who doesn't get
And I'm
along? You
like, why
broke up.
didn't Daisy and her boyfriend did not get along?
Oh.
And
Wow, that's deep.
Daisy would tell me like it was like she was not, like something was wrong, and I was saying she's okay. So I would ask her owner and say, "Okay, is she okay?" And she
Yeah.
would say, "Yeah, everything's okay, no problems." And when she said that her and her boyfriend didn't get along, so you lied to me all this time? I knew it. You know, I knew something was wrong. She says, I'm taking Daisy. I told her, I'm gonna keep Daisy. There's keeping Daisy. You know, and yeah, I'm an artist with Daisy, and I was gonna give it to her, and something told me not to. I didn't, and I still have the portrait. So, you know, when you have to listen, people
You
have
gotta
to
listen to
really,
spirit.
You know what I
So
mean?
then
Because
she sold Daisy to you, or just gave Daisy to you?
she just gave Daisy away. She even paid me. I was like, okay, if you want to give me that money, that's fine. She was Daisy that I think that you know, she's called me or texted me to find out how she's doing. And Daisy came to me on my birthday.
So now Daisy's
Remember?
your dog.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
awesome.
cool?
I think that's
I knew it.
amazing.
I
And
knew it.
and you know what's so
I
funny? You're making me really laugh because I didn't tell you this. So I know this is kind of like hokey, you guys, but I have like 3 trees in my yard, and I named them. And one of them, there's 2 guy names and a girl name, and the girl's name is Daisy.
Oh my God.
That's something.
Oh wow. How about that?
Yeah,
That's
it
hilarious.
comes full circle.
Oh my
And trust
God.
me, I never thought I'd be naming trees and talking to them and hugging them. But hey, God has more for us in store than we can ever imagine. So as we get to wrap this up, Jobi, and this has been amazing, and I'm sorry we had the technical issues, and I
I'm
think for the
sorry
most
too.
part, people have been able to hear you. Sometimes, with you going in and out, it's been a little challenging.
Mhm.
But tell everybody. I mean, we have the descriptions, but what's the best way? I mean, for them to get in touch with you, Facebook is the best way.
Yeah, Facebook is the most of me, or through my website, and schedule whatever time you want. I like to do readings that are at least 60 minutes to 90. You can really get a lot of information from me. Like you get to see your life of what's going on, and also your loved ones. You know what I mean? You
Okay.
get your family members, whatever wants to come through, and also a reading of maybe things that you're wanting to understand why things are happening a certain, or if
Now,
you
do
have
you
questions.
do Zoom or do you do like over the phone? What's the way that they can work with you?
Honestly, I like to do both. It doesn't matter. They're audient, then I am clairvoyant, but I am also very clairaudient. I'm very good at um,
So explain the
you
difference to
know,
everybody, just real quick, so everybody understands what that means. Because I'm not 100% sure myself.
actually clairvoyant is clear seeing. Okay, clair see. So clairaudient is hearing very, very. There's a lot of clairs. There's different clairs that you can have. I actually wrote them down. Your empathy, which when you can feel somebody else's emotions and feelings. Clairsentience, which is a gut feeling that you don't know what it is, but it's almost like you also have the clear sense of smell, so people can just smell things and you don't understand why they smell something and you don't. Clear distance, which is the taste. You may taste something and you're not certain taste. That's also like a medium way. And then there's which is psychometry. I do that too. Like sometimes you can feel something in a building and you know what happened. I've
Right.
done
Okay.
that in a
That's
haunted
really
house.
deep.
Yeah,
So let
that's
me ask you
freaking.
this though. Do you think for you, because you have your true black moon Lilith and Taurus in the 11th house, and so do you find that when you're working with some of your clients, can you like feel certain energies in your, because Taurus is like the physical body. Do you find
Absolutely.
that like your intuition or your instincts and like that connection to like the spiritual realm, do you sometimes feel things, because when you were going through all the clairs, it made me think about that. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't mention that Black Moon Lilith, because the 11th house is also, right, the internet. So when you're working with people, But I wonder, like, do you actually feel things in your physical body?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the scary part of being also in this field. Pain or certain things that you feel and that you know it's not you. Please
Right.
do something about it. Or you have, let's say, you you have a feeling of this happened to me once, yo. A killer, like the urge of like somebody's gonna kill me, or the certain, and you're like, what the hell is that?
Whoa.
And then you realize that somebody died, like, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh my God, why did I have those horrible feelings of somebody killing me, wanting to murder somebody? You know what I mean? And you know it's not you.
Oh, wow. So you're just
You
picking up on
yeah,
a murder somewhere else. Now, were you able to
yeah,
connect the dots and figure out what it was or where or anything like that?
yeah. Like the apartment got murdered in that apartment, in that building. Absolutely. Well,
Wow.
there's that is definitely, I live in a building, so you connect, they're kind of crazy, you know what I mean? And so you get a sense of like, or it could be a bad spirit, you know. I got rid of a mirror because I felt this man coming through all the time that committed suicide in this apartment. And I was like, I need to commit suicide, you know? And
Whoa.
it was through that I had from the 40s, and I got rid of it. And I've never felt
So
that
you're
feeling
saying you could
again.
feel the man's energy through the mirror that previously lived in that apartment?
Yes.
Wow.
The mirror served as a portal. I don't know what that mirror had, but it was like I got rid of it. That's when
Wow.
another thing. Be careful. You go antique shopping, be careful of the stuff you want to buy. Because I bought a
Yeah.
jester, like a clown, and because I used to joke around with it because it looked real. And I said, hello. I was in my room trying to sleep, and I heard hello. And I'm like, oh hell no, you're haunted too? I gotta take you. Yeah, that happens. I have spirits in them wherever they've been or whatever, who's had them, these
That's
energies.
so fascinating and so deep. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you're like, whoa, like these different vibrations can come through things that we purchase or buy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Even the food that we eat sometimes, like the empathy, like sometimes when I eat certain meats, I feel bad. I don't know. I like to eat my meat, and I like to eat my cheeseburgers and stuff, but I'm like, sometimes I don't know.
Remember I
It just,
told you,
why do
no,
I
no,
get
no.
conscious? I know, no, I haven't. It's like, it's weird like that. It could be food. Like I said, it could be food. It could be smell. It could be, jewelry. If you wear sad, you know what I mean? It's definitely, you have to be careful from a pawn shop or something. You know what I mean?
No, I can imagine. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, why don't you read a couple more comments as we get ready to wrap up? Let me just check on something real quick. But yeah.
So let's see. She is currently sleeping with my brother. I don't know who this is. Facebook by John Bill Clinton Smith. I forgave her though because I'm Christian. Forgiveness is not just a Christian thing, people. It's a human thing. Thanks for everything. Goodbye. It's like very itchy. I caught it syphilis. I don't know about that. Um, thank you both. She is breaking up. It was still good. Thank you, Audra.
Yeah. Hey,
Evelyn Torres.
Audra. I hope I see you guys tomorrow. This
Sun
was so
conjunct.
awesome. And yeah, no, it's hard with the breaking up, but I think, for the most part, everybody could get the gist of everything. And I think, you guys, Jobi is really gifted. And I would highly recommend, that you guys reach out to her through Facebook or the website. Both the links are down below in the description. And, if you want, after the episode, you guys can even write some things in there. And I'll have Jobi, you can go back in, Jobi, and comment. If somebody has specific questions for you, you can, kind of answer just right here down in the comment section after it's posted up on YouTube. So I recommend you guys do that. But, just reach out to her directly. Follow her on Facebook and, and click on her website and stuff like that. It's always good to connect to a Pisces moon. It makes me think about Kanye West and Michael Jackson and Prince, but the Pisces moon, there's this, remember, Jupiter's the chart ruler for Pisces. And there is this very serene spiritual sage wisdom. And I think you definitely shared that and showed that tonight. And energetically, people can receive and sense that and perceive that. So this was so great. I'm so glad, that I had you on for episode 100. And I just encourage everybody to reach out to Jobi and just, and I hope, Addie, that, what Jobi shared with you, resonates with you on a positive note. And again, we're very sorry for your loss. These are tough times. We've all been kind of, all of us as a collective, right? Our heads have been spinning the last 2.5 years. So, excuse me, a little, but a lot of grace and mercy for everyone and prayers and all that stuff. So, Jobi, this has been awesome, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Eric, for you guys. I like to chant for everyone, so all my chants and prayers are also very good. It's the Pisces moon in me is also very spiritual and very connected. It's important to me because that's what really the connection for being connected to the divine, the higher self, and that's where we can actually and see each other as equals. Because really, everyone is. We're all gonna, die at some point, but our spirit lives on, and we need to. So, all my blessings to you guys, especially you, everyone, Eric. I do see a little bit in you that you need to wear more protection, Eric. I don't know if you wear your crystals. I feel your crystals, but I feel like you need. Do you know what I mean?
Wear them, yeah. I have them around the house,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've got to wear, yeah.
You need to wear your rings, your crystal rings, your crystal pendants, because involved with a lot of people, and
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like this strains you to also do a little bit of protection as well, and more in tune. Eric is highly intuitive, y'all. He can out because I felt like in watching his episodes, it's almost like he's not even aware. He is in tune with him, psychic, because just things will say, and I'm like, he said that, like he kind of had a connection with me in that sense when I was talking to you guys in your astrologically. But there's a component that's very important, and it's using your intuition to read those astrology charts, and I think that's key with Eric.
Thank you.
Because
I
I was
appreciate that. And
blown away.
I would definitely say the Black Moon, Lilith, and Virgo in the 11th house, and Uranus and Libra in the 12th house. I really sense that and feel that. And I have the Virgo South Node in the 11th house, so I almost kind of feel like that I was doing this in a past life as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so, but I get a lot of visions and dreams, and when I do your guys' charts, I I actually see them almost like in a 3-dimensional realm in my sleep at night. It's kind of wild, and it's almost like I see the planet. It's hard to explain, but yeah, no, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that. And for me, like and I think for a lot of people, it's really about service and being of service. And I very humbly get so honored to meet you guys, work with you, connect with you. I love when you guys come to Coffee Talk, and and hopefully Jovanka will be back on December 10th for Coffee Talk, or maybe come even tomorrow.
Of course.
But yeah, it's just great because I really care about community, and I want all of you and I, but all of everyone to know, like, we're not alone, and the more we raise our vibration, we are helping the collective and the earth. And
Exactly.
it's a blessing and a gift, and we should really be intentional about that, you guys. Okay, so thank you, my
Absolutely.
friend. Thank you.
All right, everybody.
This has been great. Episode
Yay.
100 with Psychic Medium Jobi. You guys reach out to her. God bless you all. And I will be back here, I think Monday night. I'll come a little early before Monday Night Football because you know how your boy is. But I'll probably come 7 p.m. Eastern Monday night to get you ready for the Wednesday, December 7th, Gemini Moon. So how about that? It's a date.
Cool.
For episode
Yay.
101. Talk about that Gemini full moon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's going to be intense.
I'm sure you'll be busy that night, working like crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Full moons, I'm sure.
Full moon in Gemini. That means nonstop talking.
Yeah, and that's in your 12th house.
Definitely.
So yeah, oh my gosh, you're going to be literally communicating in the spiritual realm with the collective. There we go.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
All right,
guys. Bye, you guys. Have a good one, and I'll see a lot of you tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see you.